So you want this viral TouchDesigner effect, but you don't know how to make it? Let me show you how. So first things first, obviously, you're going to add your video clip. So you're gonna go movie file in right here. All right, let's select the video. I'm doing sorry, not sorry, obviously. All right, add that. So first thing, I'm gonna use a fit to make sure the resolution's all right. We're gonna change this to 1080 by 1080 because obviously I only have the free version. Let me see what this looks like. All right, looks good, looks good. All right, now we're gonna add a null. So we're gonna drag this here. We're gonna look for null. I'm gonna rename this null video because this is gonna be our main video. We're gonna come back to this later. I'm gonna add one more null. Go null, one more. Then I'm gonna add a cache. Cache right here. Then I'm gonna add a difference. All right, we're adding difference right here. We're gonna connect the null to the top, and I'm gonna put it right here, and the cache to the bottom right there. So we're gonna put cache size to 2. Make sure the step size is 1, and make sure the output index is -1. Okay, so you can see it's kind of stuttering. This is the exact effect you want so far. The only reason that it was stuttering is because the FPS wasn't set to the same FPS as the video. As you can see, it is 30 per second. So whatever your FPS is, make sure it matches down here. To get rid of that little stutter, we're gonna change it to 30. Now we're gonna add a blur, and then I'm gonna add a threshold. All right, this looks good. Just, you can really mess with this depending on how much you want your video to show. So I want about like that much to show when it's doing the effect. We're gonna use a little trick to not use the blob tracking in TouchDesigner. So go ahead and add a script, and then we're gonna connect this right here. We're gonna add a comment. Getting a little technical here, so don't worry. I'm gonna paste my code, come back here. For all you people who love to plagiarize, I'm gonna put my code in the description just so you don't have to think too hard. We're gonna go to chop, constant here, name this one min, this one max, and I'm gonna name this one like area parameters or something like that, rather than having this name constant. All right, so the way we know that this is area proms, I just want to go over it real quick. Inside of this, you can see it says area proms. So this is kind of like, this is how we know this is like going to be the info or the intro to the script. So we got to set the parameters of what we want here. Area parameters. Make sure this is 1000. I'm gonna take this whole script, copy, A, Command V. As you can see, there's an error, obviously. We're gonna fix this real quick. Actually, let's go to dat. Let's look for a table. Table. We got a table. Actually, we're gonna call it blob data. That's where the effect's gonna happen. It's important that you use the same names in the script just so that everything works correctly. And if you did everything correctly, named everything based off of what the script, you should be able to see a little something like this. The code should be going. You should be able to see that everything is flowing perfectly. Having the exact name is important just so you know that everything in the script is working. So now we're going to add an output to this. We're going to change it to chop, and then we're going to click dat2. For the output channel, put per column. Then you're going to go names, then you're going to go values. You can make it a little bigger if you want. And then just to run the script, it should look something like this. I'm going to rescale. I'm going to bring it into math. I'm going to bring it in math, click math. Now we got our math. We're going to select U and width. And we're going to go multiply. Did not mean to do that. Make sure you got the U and width in there. Going to go here, multiply. Then we're going to change this value right here. So make sure you put operator video dot width in here. So we got the video width, right? And then we're going to divide this by Let's go ahead and bring in a null. It's in alphabetical order. I'm just gonna use the search null. Bada bing, bada boom, drag that in. So looking good so far, looking good. And then we're gonna call the null blobs. All right, if you're on the experimental version, you can use this rectangle. I advise just using SOP, and then we're gonna use the normal rectangle though. We're gonna go geometry. Let's search for geometry. Now we're gonna search, obviously, for a camera. We're gonna go here, search. I'm just gonna search it so we don't get the wrong one. Camera, boom, geometry, and now we got a camera. We're going to add an operator. We're gonna go maths. Actually, let's go line, yeah, line right here. All right, then we're gonna add this line material. Then we're gonna bring this into this. And then make sure to hit pattern material. Let's do width somewhere near 1. I'm gonna change this one somewhere near 1. You can keep this on 7, 3. And for line, you can literally put whatever color you want. I'm just gonna use red, just in this example. Well, actually, I'm gonna keep it true to the tutorial. I'm gonna just keep it white. I'm gonna keep it true to my last tutorial. I'm gonna keep it white. Then we're gonna add a render. We're gonna click we're gonna click resolution. We're gonna go back, same thing, OP, video, put the quotes in there, video dot width. And we're gonna take this, make sure height's up in there. Click geometry, instance, and turn on instance. All right, and this is gonna draw our rectangles everywhere we say. In the other program I showed you in the short, it made it very simple, but now we're at that exact point where you can choose how thick or skinny or the lines or the rectangles are. So this is basically how you can edit that to your liking. I'm not gonna go too in depth in that, but I'm just gonna give you a general guidance. I'm gonna put the default information blobs. I'm gonna do this this V, and then for scale, since these look ginormous, these rectangles right here, we're gonna change this to width, and then we're gonna change this to height. So now they're a bit tinier. So this is kind of what my project looks like so far, but we're just gonna keep going. Click camera, view. We're gonna set this to orthographic. Set this to bottom left, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna set it to the exact same ratio that we had before previously. Actually, I copied it. And then we're gonna divide this by space, height. Hit the enter. Now we're going to click here, add an operator, go to composite. Well, actually, I'm gonna just search for it. Add added the wrong thing. I'm gonna click here, add an operator, add a composite, click this. All right, so now to make this a little bit cleaner, we're gonna scroll back on our project, zoom back in, find your video, add operator. We're gonna hit select. If I can spell it. Had a slow moment. Enter that here. Boom. Now I'm just gonna take this to the very end. There we go. And then I'm gonna click this. Instead of multiply, change this to over. Let's go ahead and take a quick preview of it. All right, that's enough for that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now it is time to add the lines. We're gonna go zoom out a little bit, Blah, blah, blah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an operator. Let's do that one more time. We're gonna add a select chop, not a select top. Chop. Here's the select. Take this. There we go. I'm gonna take this, drag it up here, and you want to take the select to a chop 2. We're gonna get rid of all this. Like, freak all that. Envy. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna do this. Add a splice, maybe 0.5. Trim length around 15. You can kind of play around with the spice and affect the look of the lines. You come here, you can look up convert. Click convert. You're gonna go polygon, Bezier. No, it's a Bezier curve. You know, I kind of want to keep the whole line jig going. So that's what I'm gonna do. Once you have this line, you want to take this, connect it to a geometry. Comp geometry. I'm gonna go add operator. So then I'm gonna add a operator, math, a line here, and then we're gonna go geometry, material, and we can play it, and you can kind of see how it's already connecting all the different rectangles. I don't really like the shape of the line, if I'm being completely honest, so I'm gonna come back here to my converter, and we're gonna go something without a curve. Hold up, is this cool? Is this tough? I don't know. The line is kind of thick, but you know, like I said, you can go back and change that. Kind of want to add it to my video, so now I'm gonna do add operator. Then we're gonna come here, add a composite to throw it all together. Put this right here. I'm gonna grab this, select, copy this, Command C, paste it here. So we got another one, and we're gonna drag this here, and then we're gonna drag this into here as well. Then we're gonna come into the composite, and we're gonna click overlay just to make sure what we created is overlaying on top of the video. Actually, not overlay. You're gonna go chop. We're gonna go select. Click this here. Drag this here. And then we got this. Come here. Drag it over. Add maths. Boom. Drag this in here. And like I said, if you guys had listened to me earlier in the video, we should be able to go add, multiply, and then copy paste. And I'm gonna get rid of this. Click down, only you. And now we're gonna do maths again. Everyday man's on the block. We're gonna do it again. This time, we're gonna do the complete opposite. So this is gonna be the V, and this is gonna be height. Get rid of the width. Add operator, we're gonna do top. We're gonna do text chop. Add this chop. Before we plug it into here, we're gonna drag this out. We're gonna look for a rename. We're gonna call this text X and Y. Come back to here. We're gonna channel names. We're gonna only do ID, U, and the V. We're gonna go to dat. We're going to chop 2. We're gonna turn on include names, and the specification of the dat. We're gonna drag all this info right into there. Hold up. We're gonna drag all this info right in here. To make it the same size as the video, we're gonna come here to comms instead of this. Video width. Video height. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. I told you I was going to teach you guys a little bit more sauce than the people who only watched the short. All right, so I'm going to make another comp layer. Command V. Drag this down here. This is kind of what my end result looks like, just based off of what I did. And, you know, you could really tailor it to the things that you want. You can make the line thickness, you know, skinnier. You can make the numbers pop up more frequently. Really, you just have to go back through all the effects and really tailor it to the look that you're looking for. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.